Today's video is about perception. Today we talk about perception, and what we observe for the most is that when you have a discussion with someone, it is said that it is better to keep our own opinion for ourselves. Why? Because if you really take a look about the perception of each of us, it depends on our experience, our beliefs, our feeling, and our subjective experience that we had into the past. So it is kind of difficult to really share with someone a perception of some things, because first of all, most of the time it's not a perception but just an opinion. Perception means I perceive something, and perceiving is going beyond the sight, the vision. So for example, I want to perceive a true personality of someone. This is kind of complicated because even a psychologist will have some difficulties to perceive a personality of someone or a patient. What I mean by difficulties is that if you discuss with someone that had, some kind of psychological issues or momentaneous issues, a problem. The problem of this person will be personal, will be compared to his experience and his own perception, his own interpretation of a situation, an environment, or even a relationship. For most of us, or even for a psychologist or a healer, he will need to perceive some character traits of the person, of the individual. He will also have to observe what and how they feel at the moment that they try to perceive or understand the other one. And there is the point. Perception is first of all looking at ourselves at the moment we try to see beyond the reality of what we are seeing now. What you see is most of the time not the reality. So you can talk with someone, having an exchange with someone, and then suddenly you will realize that you are not analyzing the person, but you are seeing and perceiving your own emotion that they will transmit to you an information to analyze the other person. So let's take an example, and you will see that the example that most of us, we pass through it. You are with a girlfriend or a boyfriend or even a parent or someone that you are loving, a beloved, and suddenly you have not necessarily an arguing, but you will have a discussion about your opinion, and this opinion is not shared by the other one or even not shared by you, meaning the other one will express his opinion on the point, and you will not agree. Agreeing meaning I confirm and accept a contract, right? It's not about arguing. Arguing is necessary is a necessary things to reinforce an idea or an opinion. When you express your argumentation, most of the time is due to your opinion or the vision that you have on something. And there is the point. Many of us, like I said, have opinion on many different and various things that are not necessarily true. There is why when you live in US especially in US, and I like that they teach you most of the time. They tell you your personal opinion should not be shared. You can fly above the opinion, but not deeply, because once again, it's your own opinion and not necessarily the truth. But the problem is that for us, human, the ego come to play and wants to show that he knows and he is right. And the ego is not necessarily right or wrong. It's just a balance of a vision. Vision is not a perception. I see the sand that is just here, but I cannot perceive how the sand is made of. I can see my kids playing face of me, but I cannot perceive their emotion because I'm not at their place. So the exercise of today will be looking at your own perception of yourself when you start to discuss with someone or when you try to exchange your opinion. And it's some things that I start to do for a couple of days, that every night I look at how I behave during the day, which requests you to have a daily journal, because you will take note. So, for example, you will be with kids and they don't behave or whatever, they did some things you didn't like, or most of the time you react not for them, you react because of the program that you have. So you don't perceive their needs, but you just react of your own needs and your own knowledge. So this exercise that I use is an esoteric exercise that we need to do and use every night when you go to sleep. You do a short meditation or a meditative state, and you try to look on how you behave during the day, what kind of emotion was the most coming very often. It will be better. And how you handle those emotions. If you interact with someone, how you did interact with, and the perception, the vision, or the opinion that you wanted to share even with yourself. This is an important thing because you will realize that most of the time the perception is only a vision or an opinion. Perception requests to perceive the veil of first our ego, which is such a difficult and strong and thick filter to be able to perceive. So, and another point is, take a look when you will do an action or you interact with someone, you discuss, for example, how you will try to perceive the emotion of the other one. And you will see that when we try to do this, we start to be compassionate and lovely because we don't know the life of others. So perceiving their life, their behavior, and trying to understand how they interact with us, why they're pissed, why they are aggressive, why they are on the defense, why they are lovely, why they are, such a sensitive. You need to understand that once again we are not in their shoes. So perceiving it requires a lot of wisdom, and the wisdom is come from the inner peace. Knowing yourself perfectly, how to handle your emotion will give you the key to the entrance of perceiving others as you. Most of the time people interact with you as you interact with any. If someone is pissed against me, it's because they are not pissed to me, they are pissed within them, and they are not able to realize that, so it needs to express. It's an energy. Remember, emotion is an energy in motion. This emotion needs to express itself through a behavior. And when you start to really understand that, your interaction with people, your relationships start to change tremendously and quickly. So try to do this at night, every night for 5-7 days. You try, if you can do it for a month, it's perfect, but take a note on the daily journal. It's very important because you will be able to come back a year, a month, a week after and understand sometimes, oh, okay, I react like that, so now I know why, because you took note and you express by words on paper, so you fix the energy and you will be able to see your behavior. So at night, this exercise, remember breathing techniques before for relaxing, meditative state, then observing how you behave during the day, and writing it into your daily journal. Very, very important, simple to do. It's taking 5 to 10 minutes. I take 2 to 3 minutes every night, and then the next morning I write every note, every single thing during my daily basis. Cheers guys, see you next time.